So you want to know how to be accepted on Merch by Amazon? Brilliant. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. What's up family, it's Addy P here and welcome to another video. Today we're going to cover everything you need to know how to register on Merch by Amazon, because a lot of people out there, especially beginners, have been asking me on Facebook and YouTube how they can do that. So I'm going to cover everything step by step. All you have to do is execute. If this is your first time on my channel, I talk about Merch by Amazon in depth. I do in-depth tutorials teaching you everything from keyword research to finding profitable niches. Lots of different things. This channel is packed with content and most importantly it's all for free. Some of my credentials, I have lots of online businesses. One of them is Merch by Amazon and currently I'm on 30,000 tier. Woohoo! Just being tiered up about a week or so and now I have like 13,000 that I need to upload. But hey, it's all doable. If you put something in your head and if you put a goal in your head that you want to achieve, you can do it. I'm sure I can do it. So maybe in a few weeks time I'll come back here and say I'm in tier 40,000. Who knows? We'll see how long that takes. So make sure you subscribe, like, comment and all that goody good stuff. Without wasting time, let's roll. Let's do it. So I'm going to go through the whole process step by step on how to apply for a Merch by Amazon account and get accepted fast. Whether you live in the US or outside of the US, I'll show you exactly how you can get in, and some people are not sure about how to deal with tax information, bank information, or even how to write that additional information letter. Don't worry guys, I'm going to clear it all up for you. So for those of you that don't know what Merch by Amazon is, it is literally one of the best ways to make some great money online. I'm talking real money here, 10k, 20k plus per month. You're the master of your own destiny. The more effort you put in, the more you can get out of it. So the way it works is, in a nutshell, you upload designs to apparel products like t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeves, tank tops, pop sockets. These are the kind of things they have. They also have raglans, zip hoodies, etc. And when they sell, you get royalty payments from Amazon. It sounds simple, but it's not. But what I can guarantee you is, if you put some real effort at it, if you work really hard and you focus all your energy on it, you can make some crazy money. The way it works is they start you on tier 10 and those are the hard tiers because it is a numbers game, unfortunately. The more products you have live, the better chance you have at selling them. And the trick is to stay patient and focused in these lower tiers until you get out. And I'm going to dedicate a special video to talk about how you can get out of the lower tiers and start making some good money. I've been taking it seriously over the past year and a half and I've made over $100,000. And trust me, this is just the beginning because currently I'm on 30,000 tier and very close to tiering up to 40k tier. This is crazy when you think about it because the more bestsellers you have, the more they just keep making money for you while you're sleeping. It's crazy. What's really exciting is that it's still in its infancy. So imagine now we only have the US, the UK and Germany. And what happens when they include Canada, Japan, Italy, France and all other places? What happens when it becomes global? That's when we'll start seeing some crazy money coming in. So my advice to anybody who's listening to this or watching this, apply for merch right now. Because trust me, you'll be leaving some crazy money on the table if you don't. So to start the application process, here is what you want to do guys. You want to go to merch.amazon.com, this page right here. And you want to scroll down and you want to go to want an invitation, request invitation. Click on it. So it will ask you to sign in. If you already have an Amazon account, not a problem, you can use that. If you don't, you can create a new account, like so. You put your name, you put your email, password, repeat the password and create your Amazon account. Then what you want to do is you want to verify your email address. So you do that by going back to your inbox and you copy the code that they gave you and paste it here, like so. Then you click verify. Once you click verify, you get to this stage right here. This stage is so important. You really need to read it word for word by word. You need to check everything in detail. Make sure you know all the TOS. This is what you're agreeing to. Basically, it's the contract. It tells you everything you need to know. A lot of people that go wrong with Merch by Amazon, they haven't read this properly. Make sure you read it. It's all about royalties, about terms of service, about lots of different things that you need to know, taxes, that kind of thing. Make sure you read it word for word so you don't get yourself into trouble. Okay? And then once you've read it all, you click agree. So this is where you begin your application. What they say to you is you must have business contact information. I mean, it doesn't have to be business contact information. It could be individual contact information. It depends how you're applying. If you're applying as an individual, you can use your first name and surname. But if you're applying as a corporation or as a company, then you use your company details. And also make sure you have your bank and routing numbers, so bank account and sort code in the UK as we call it. And make sure you have your social security number or other tax identification number. Then you want to click begin application. What you want to do is you want to choose your country. So if you live in the United States, you choose United States or United Kingdom or wherever. So you click on the UK, because I'm in the UK, select business name. So like I said to you guys earlier, if you're applying as a business, then you enter your corporation name here. If you're applying as an individual, then you enter your first name and surname. And right here, you enter your address, second line of address, city, state, province or region, postal code, your phone number here, and make sure you include the prefix of the country. So for the US, it is +1, I think. In the UK, it's +44. And business email address. So right here, if you want emails to go to a different email address, then you can enter it right here. This is what they're saying. Do you want emails to go to a different email address instead of only yours? If so, you may enter it here. So for people that have a business, if they don't want to just use one email address, then they could use this kind of functionality. It's pretty cool. So you want to scroll down now, and you want to tell them about your bank. So Merch by Amazon doesn't accept some countries at the moment. In that case, what you can do is you can use Payoneer. But for some countries, you can just use your Visa or MasterCard or whatever. All you have to do is just give them your sort code and account number, or routing number and account number, and you should be fine. So in case of the UK, I don't have to use a Payoneer. It's the same in the US. But for other places like Morocco and Algeria and some Middle Eastern countries, I know they have to use Payoneer. It's the only way to get in. So for now, we're going to choose where the bank is. So I'm going to put United Kingdom. So what you want to do here is you want to put your account holder name, which is usually your first name and surname. And if you're not sure, just read what they say here. If this information does not exactly match the name associated with the bank account, we may not be able to deposit royalties to your account. So it's very important that you put the exact first name and surname that you've applied with. You want to enter whether it's a saving account or a checking account, and you want to put the IBAN number, BIC code, and the name of the bank. The IBAN number, you will be able to get it through online banking, or you could get it via your bank statement. What is this? It is an international bank account number. It contains between 15 and 31 characters and should not contain spaces. BIC code is your bank identifier code, also known as SWIFT code, contains exactly 8 or 11 characters. And then you want to enter the name of the bank. So once we've filled out all the information, we click add. Brilliant. So now we've added the bank account. For people that aren't able to add their bank account, I'm going to create a special tutorial video about how to make it with Payoneer. So bear with me on that. So next step is complete your payment setup, tax withholding. This is a crucial step here. You guys need to give Amazon accurate information, otherwise it could result in Amazon shutting down your account. So here's the deal. People that live in the US, they don't have any tax withholding because they pay tax locally, right? For some countries outside of the US, some countries have tax treaties with the US government. So for example, here in the UK, you have 0% tax withholding, which means that you don't pay any tax in the US. It becomes 0 tax withholding, but you have to pay tax in the UK, right? And likewise, I think in Morocco, you can reduce it down to 10%. But for that, what you have to do is you have to call the IRS. So long story short, you need to check what the tax withholding rate is in your country and if they do have any treaties with the US. Once you've done that, you need to call the IRS and ask them to give you a EIN number, which is Employer Identification Number. Usually you can get it on the same day over the phone. For that, you need to have good command of English language so that you can understand what they're asking from you. Okay, really, really important. And I think it's worth doing another video explaining this step by step because a lot lot of people are not sure about how this whole process works. So now we click on complete tax information, and we need to be really careful here. Save and continue. So like I said earlier, if you're applying as an individual, click here. If you're applying as a business, then you click here. So we're going to go with as an individual. So for US tax purposes, are you a US person? If you live in the US, you say yes. If you don't live in the US, you say no. And now our full name will auto-populate, and we're going to need to go to country of citizenship. Again, we're going to enter United Kingdom. The address will auto-populate as well. We're going to use mailing address, same as permanent address. And here we're going to need to put our TIN. So guys, if you read what they say in here, so your TIN is your local tax identification number, and it is issued by your country of residency. You use that so that you can reduce your tax withholding from 30% to 0 or to 10%, or based on whatever treaty your country of residence has with the US. If you don't have a local tax identification number, then like I said, you need to call the IRS and apply for an EIN, which is Employer Identification Number. And I'm going to cover that in another video, like I said. And of course, if you're applying from inside of the US and you live in the US, then you're going to select I have a US TIN, and you're going to go through that process. So now when you select your country of tax residence, it tells you whether your country qualifies for treaty benefits or not. When I selected the UK here, it told me that the selected country qualifies for treaty benefits, which means that the tax withholding rate will become 0% instead of 30%. So we're going to do confirm. And as you can see, it says you are eligible for the treaty benefits. Fantastic. So now moving on, scrolling down, you need to consent to provide an electronic signature for the information provided. And this allows you to submit your tax information immediately, but also make sure you read everything word for word, because lying about this information can get you in trouble with the law, and it can carry a prison sentence and the penalties of perjury. Now that we've read this carefully, we're going to need to provide our electronic signature, which is in a form of your first name and surname, so your full name. And now we're going to click save and preview. You're going to check if everything is all alright. I would recommend you go through the whole form and see if you've made any mistakes. And if you've made mistakes, go back and correct them. And then you scroll down to the end and then you submit form. As you guys can see, we've got 0% tax withholding because the UK has a treaty with the US. And now we exit interview. And save and continue. Now this will take us to the final part, and the final part is where you enter your additional information. So we'll start by industry type. What are we? App developer, charity, novelty t-shirt business, school, brand, artist, small business, or other. I would say novelty t-shirt business. That's what I'm going to select. Organization, you're going to put your first name and surname, and if you've applied with your corporation name, you're going to use that corporation name. And this is what a lot of people are going crazy about. They're not sure about. So we're going to give it its share of time. We're going to give it time to talk about it because it's really important. And it's one of the main factors why people either get accepted or get rejected. So the first thing you guys want to make sure you do is you type with absolutely no grammatical errors or spelling mistakes. Because you guys want to give whoever is reviewing your application the best impression possible. Talk about your background passionately without lying, and highlight why you would be perfect for the platform. Talk about the value you bring to Amazon's customers with your designs. Show how ready you are to join the platform. So if you have designs ready to upload, mention that. If you have a following or social media, mention that, because Amazon would love you to bring outside traffic to their platform. Show how excited you are to get on the platform. Really, really important. Show you've read and understood Amazon's TOS and that you'll abide by them at all times. This is a really important one because the reason why they're closing all these accounts is because they don't abide by the TOS, unfortunately. So by you explaining to them beforehand from the get-go that you've understood the TOS and that you've read everything that there is to read on Amazon's rules and ways of working and things like that, and also by showing that you understand copyright law and trademark law and things like that, they would probably perceive you as less of a risk, and therefore you may have more of a chance to be accepted. So once you've entered your organization name and after you've added your additional information that we've just discussed, if you have a website, you're going to put it in here. Any social media accounts or anything like that, you put it in here, and you're going to want to solve this captcha. So enter this number right here. and then you send requests. I'm not going to send this request because I already have a Merch by Amazon account, and it is against Amazon's policy to have more than one account. So I did this just to walk you guys through the whole application process, because I know it can be intimidating for a lot of you out there and you need some visual reference to help you through the process. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Do me a favor guys and let me know in the comments below or on my Facebook groups if you've been accepted after using this method. I'd love to hear from you on that. So next video guys is going to be on how to open a Payoneer account for those of you whose country's method of payment is not accepted by Amazon. Trust me, you guys don't want to miss that. So if you guys like this video, give it a nice thumbs up, smash that like button, that's what we like. Subscribe and hit that notification button really hard so you guys can get the videos as they come out. Comment your questions and suggestions and follow me on Instagram. I've got 2 accounts. One is for AdiP and one is for Moroccan in London. Join my Facebook groups, they'll be down in the description. Also subscribe to my Arabic channel, Moroccan in London, for our friends whose first language is Arabic. All the links of my tools and my channels and everything, how you can reach me, are all down below in the description, so make sure you check it out. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Keep smashing it, keep crushing it, keep destroying it. I will be destroying it. I shall see you on the next one.